Yeah. Praise Kuma. Praise Kuma. Okay. Alright. Praise Kuma. Let go. Hit him with a
Hello. And welcome to another One Piece chapter review and discussion. Praise Kuma, amen. Thank you for tuning in to another One Piece chapter review and discussion. Today we're going to be talking about, or I'm going to be talking about, because I am solo today, chapter 1106 on your side. Like I said, I am solo today. Megan is not able to join us today, but we are both going to be streaming tomorrow. I think it's 9 o'clock a.m. PST for us. We're going to be streaming with Cole, King of Lightning, and a bunch of other One Piece creators to talk about the 50 strongest characters in One Piece. It's not typically the kind of conversation that we would have on our own. So I think it's going to be really fun to have that conversation with Cole and everybody else that's going to be there tomorrow. So tune into that. We posted a link to that on our community tab. But today we're here to talk about greatness. I could not wait to talk about this. I mean, we did wait, and we tried to sort of like postpone it so that Megan could be here too. But because of the events that she has going on right now and family that's visiting from out of town, it's far more important for her to spend time with her family now. So I figured I'd just talk about the chapter in her absence. But she is here in spirit because boy, oh boy, did she predict at least one of the major events that occurred in this chapter. I even have it in the Book of Elves. I'm not going to stamp it a W quite yet because she needs to be the one to do it. But if I flip open the Book of Elves, let's see, where is it? So this is a prediction that Megan made. Kuma will pass away, and as he dies, look up and see Gear 5 Luffy. At the same time, Bonnie sees him, realizing that he is the sun god, Nika. Holy shit. She did it again. Yeah, man, let's see. I have a list. I just wrote some bullet points down. I mean, this chapter was straight heat from beginning to end. I got to stop saying it because people are going to stop believing me. But this is one of the best chapters, my favorite chapters, one of my favorite Egghead chapters for sure. We had, first of all, a Robin cover page. Ow! That's what I'm talking about right there. I knew it was going to be a banger when I saw Robin on the cover page. We got Bonnie overriding the pacifistas, Vegapunk's potential death, Gear 5 Luffy, and Dory and Broggy. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Where's the war horn? I mean, look, dude, I'm not gonna say, because I said Shanks, right? I'm not gonna say I was right because I was wrong. But in the spoiler discussion of our last anime reaction, we were kind of speculating on it some more, right? We were talking on it some more, and we had talked about how we had spoken with Megan's cousin Nolan the night before. And as we were talking about it, I was like, you know what, dude? It has to be somebody from Elbaf because of the proximity of Elbaf. And I kept thinking that it would be Shanks. I had a feeling he would bring others with him, but he just sent the big guns out to scoop him up. He didn't even need to show up. Absolutely insane. I just want to say what's good to everybody who's here right now. We got, let's see. Can't wait till tomorrow from Shinobi Boy Blue. That's a name that rolls off the tongue right there. What up, Winston? Vidilian power scale talk with Cole is not what I expected. Yeah, dude, like I said, it's not usually the kind of conversation that we would have, but anything with Cole is so fun. He has such a fun energy, and I feel like we're on a similar wavelength. So I think that it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be toxic. But that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Josh Han Solo, that's good. Rigoberto, you're absolutely right. I'm Han Solo today. What does Han say? What's a cool Han line? He says, I don't know. Does that make Megan chewy though? Does that make Megan chewy? I mean, I'm not gonna say she's hairy, but no, I'm just kidding. She's not even here. She's not even here to defend herself. This is from Konstantinos, saying, "Hey Meg, I really hope you're feeling better." On a serious note, Megan's actually doing really well. I think she's having a great time with her family, celebrating the life of her great grandmother. It was a very unfortunate situation. I mean, deaths and passing is always super unfortunate, but specifically this situation was unfortunate because of the timing. I guess it happened. Actually, her great grandmother passed away. I mean, I think it was almost a month ago. It might have been a little less than that, but it was about almost a month ago. So with the holidays and, Christmas Eve and Christmas and New Year's, I think, and I don't know exactly, but it was a situation where it wasn't able to happen until the actual services weren't able to happen until the past couple of days, yesterday and the day before. So it's something that, she has been dealing with and is doing good because, her great grandmother, had a very long and amazing life. And again, it is nice when family that you don't get to see all the time can come together to celebrate the life of the person who who is responsible for your near whole family tree. It's really cool. I mean, she's of course grieving, but also around family. So yeah, she'll be here tomorrow, 100%, to do what she never thought she would do, which is power scale. She's very excited. But yeah, A Beautiful Lie said, I have a bad feeling about this. I thought A Beautiful Lie was saying, I have a bad feeling about this, but that's a Han Solo quote. But I think he's also saying that he might, because when I'm solo, you never know what can happen. Sometimes it goes off the rails. Absolute Virus, cheers to her life and RIP her and Carl Weathers. Damn, dude, two goats. So yeah, let's just get into it today. I have some stuff that I could stamp as a fat L, but I'll let Megan stamp her stuff when she is here. The only other reason that I am deciding, and we both decided to just go ahead and do it today, was because of the schedule. My mom is also coming to visit soon, so we're gonna have to bank a bunch of stuff. And so, with King of Lightning stream coming up, her having to be with her family, and then my mom it's just so much stuff kind of coming up. So, we both decided what, I'll just stream on my own today. And then that way, we'll have the rest of the next, couple of days to bank whatever we need to bank, do whatever we need to do, and be ready for when my mom comes to visit, which is gonna be crazy. Maybe I'll get her on a Patreon stream or something. Maybe I'll get her on. Maybe I'll get her in a video. That'd be a cool activity. I'll say, Mom, have you ever wanted to be on YouTube? She is a teacher and she's retired now. She'll sub sometimes, and it is crazy because she was a kindergarten and first grade teacher, and she taught at an elementary school, and she said that they had a wall where kids in the elementary school could put on a piece of paper what they wanted to be when they grew up, and she said that 80% of them said YouTubers. Isn't that crazy? That's just kind of wild to me. All right. Even Gabe said it's scary when Josh is solo. Nobody to check him. That's absolutely right, dude. No one can stop me. All right, I have it queued up a little different today. So I had two ways we could do it, but I'll just pull it up. I'll pull it up this way actually, because I think it's gonna be better. It'll be easier for me to see the manga panels and for us to go through it. I'm just have to obviously be extra careful about what we're showing because it's going to be a little bit bigger. So I have it here a little bit bigger so we can go through it. And I also want to say too that in terms of Bonnie overriding the pacifistas in the One Piece community, a lot of people I feel like kind of suspected or felt like it was going to be the case that like Vegapunk had put in some sort of fail-safe or some sort of word that would trigger the pacifistas to turn on the world government. I just never expected it to be Bonnie. It's kind of crazy. You know, I had it in my mind that, you know, during this giant battle, it would either be Vegapunk or Vegapunk would tell or give Luffy the word or something. But this was obviously before all the Bonnie, Kuma, you know, backstory that we got. So of course now it makes so much sense that it would be her. And I'll say again, dude, the writing in this chapter was it was so heartbreaking. Vegapunk has come and turned into, you know, we joke about, you know, being on the fence and have joked about being on the fence about him, but he is really just like really at his core, you know, he does a lot of questionable things, I think, in the name of science, but at his core, he is a very compassionate human being that has a big heart, dude. And the line, and you know, I don't have it memorized verbatim, but we'll look at it when we go through the chapter. But the line, and I'm paraphrasing from Vegapunk, that was something along the lines of, you know, I just wanted to make sure that no matter like who turned on you, who hurt you, like it would never be your father. Like your father would never, he would always kind of be there for you. Otis said it better, you know, but we'll get to it. It was just beautiful. It was a beautiful moment, absolutely heartbreaking. And again, this really might be my favorite chapter of Egghead so far. It feels like it could be wrapping up super, super soon. And yeah, man, Elbaf is here. Elbaf is here. I mean, we thought that, yeah, that they were going to be going to Elbaf, and I was even thinking like, how the fuck is it going to happen? But they got an Uber. They got an Uber, an XL. They got an Uber XL. You know what I mean? A big ass Uber to Elbaf. Anyway. Yes, more Josh lore. Josh is unhinged today. Constantinos, I'm unhinged I've been cooped up, dude. I've been cooped up. I've been sitting with this chapter. I've been sitting with it. And I've been wanting to talk about it. It's this is from Miss Sayana. It really is a good chapter, especially before break. I know. Why'd you have to remind me about the break? I forgot. And I just remembered, and I'm sad now. For a different reason. Vidillion says, some people thought this chapter was mid for some reason. Bro, you know what, dude? So, for doing what we do, streaming, and, you know, being a part of the One Piece community, being allowed to be a part of the One Piece community, you know, we do go on Twitter often to kind of, you know, see what other people are feeling, even though Twitter's a toxic place. But I was shocked too, not that people were being like, I don't know, negative or talking shit, but like that anybody had any issue with this chapter at all. Of course, people were disappointed that Sanji wasn't the one to square up against Kizaru. I don't know, dude. I mean, just let the story happen, dude. I mean, it's nothing against nobody. Like, enjoy the story however you want to enjoy it. But that's why we have our Book of L's, dude. Because, you know, we make some pretty wild and crazy predictions that half the time we don't even expect to come true. Because, you know, we're just here for the ride, baby. And expectations, this is what they tell me. This is what they told me in AA. Expectations are resentments in waiting. So if you don't expect crazy things to happen and you just let Oda take you on a journey, then you'll be happy every single time a new chapter comes out. You'll be fulfilled. But yeah, I saw that too. I saw people saying like, "Oh, it's mid. Oh, you know, Sanji should have squared up against, you know, Kizaru, took him out. I can't believe Sanji got taken out that easily. But it is what it is. Sanji fans were sad. It was that's mostly what I saw. I didn't see like about like Dory and Bragi showing up, or about even like the Vegapunk stuff. It was literally like the only quote unquote, I guess, negativity I saw was from like the Sanji stans, who were just like disappointed. And it's fun. Whatever. It's Twitter. It's the internet. Miss Sayada said, "I'm sorry." It's okay. It's okay. I would have remembered, once we go through it, and I would have got to the bottom. I would have saw break week next week again. I would have remembered. So I just got ahead of it, and now I'm gonna be okay when we get there. Zoro's still dealing with base Lucci, said Ben. That's another thing that's so funny, bro. Is all of this shit is happening like off page, like Lucci and whatever the fuck he's doing. It doesn't even deserve screen time right now. And so, yeah, it's kind of funny that like Zoro is still off dealing with him. But I don't know, dude. Zoro might have dealt with him in 0.5 seconds and then just got lost. Like they were saying in I think it was the last chapter, right? Like it's going to be a gag where they cut to Zoro and he's like, "Oh no, I beat Lucci like a long ass time ago. But I just couldn't find you guys." That's what I think is going to happen. I'm putting it in the book of L's. That's what's going to happen. It stands just wanting from Mugsby, wanting their favorite characters to be the MC. I mean, yeah, dude. I'm not going to lie either. I can't see. That's the thing. I can't come here and I can't front and say that I wasn't a little like, I wanted Frankie to have a really cool moment. Not that he didn't. He did have a cool moment, but I was really afraid that he was going to get outshined. And so I had a little bit of that in me, but that's because I feel like he, especially compared to Sanji, doesn't get as much shine as he deserves. So there was a moment where I really wanted him to be the MC of that moment, but he's doing things. He's making moves. Frankie is making moves. Okay, I can't be mad at that. Yeah, even Winston said Zoro is just lost. When Jinbei gets there, he will find Zoro running around and being lost. This is Vers and Lucas. I don't understand why people expect him to be able to low diff Lucci. He clearly is stronger than he was at Eni's lobby. He has Haki, Awaken Zone. Bro, that's what I'm saying. And it's like comparing Lucci, like putting Lucci on King level. Like, it just does. Like, I'm not a power scaler, so I don't know where other people would place them, but like I just don't. I know Lucci has also gotten stronger too. I know he's awakened his shit. I know, but like I just don't know if I would put him on the same level as like some of the shit that was going down in Wano. I just feel like, I don't know, man. I don't feel like, obviously I joke about Zoro like in 0.0 seconds being able to take him out. Like I think Zoro would have to, he'd have to try a little bit, but I do think that he wouldn't really be like a huge problem for Zoro. But again, I don't know. I'm not really in that space, in that power scalar world. So I could be off on that. Gabe said everybody wanted Frankie to shine, especially since Egghead is a sci-fi arc and he's a cyborg. Yeah. I like this from D at Winston. Some people don't know the difference between lost and loss. Yeah. All right, let's start going through this because there's so much cool stuff, and we're gonna be breaking it down as we go through it. A lot to talk about. Starting with this incredible, bro. We got a full body Nami last week, bro. You know how spoiled we are? We got full body Nami. That was the outro of the stream we did during the last chapter, full body Nami. And here we are starting off the chapter with a full body Robin. Gagunk, excuse me? I mean, it took me 30 minutes to notice that an alligator was there, a crocodile was there, whatever the fuck. I didn't even notice. Took me an hour to notice that she was on a beach. I was just stunned. This is incredible. I want to see a colored version of this. I love Robin. I know there's a lot of, I know Beans in the community. I feel like Beans is a Nami stan, but it's just Robin has my heart. And I'm sorry, Frankie. I don't want Frankie to get upset.
Good smell. Flavor.
Cover request by Abba. Robin dressed as a crocodile in a cute getup. This is funny. It's like a Lacoste. But he got a little bow tie on there, too. And some kind of sock. I don't know. But let's just say, Robin, stick to, I would say, it's not that it's a bad fit, but maybe stick to, history and, stick to, what I guess, because it's not that this is bad. It's kind of fire, but there's some elements of it that I don't know if I love. You know what I'm saying? The letter or the note from Oda was, I got a Robosen Optimus Prime figure. You can use your voice to make it transform itself. Which is so sick, dude. I had to look that shit up because I'm not even familiar with this brand or this line. But yeah, they just make Transformers. It looks dope. Oda's just living life. He really is, dude. What was his note last time? Maybe not the last chapter, but 2 chapters ago. He's like, I saw my first Godzilla movie, bro. He's just living. He's living. All right, so I'm not gonna be able to show all the panels. I'm gonna try to be careful. Hopefully, since they're a little bit bigger, we can still get away with, kind of showing them here and there. But, it opens with chaos on Egghead. They're really going at it. It's just like the newspaper said. And we see Luffy entering his Gear 5 state. And this was one of the most, not the most, but this was already a very... The art style, the way that Oda drew Luffy here, it's something about it just gave me 90s Cartoon Network kind of vibes. I'll show it. And that's a compliment, dude. I really he kind of looks like a Codename Kids Next Door character. You know what I'm saying right here. But every time I just like that Oda seems to have so much fun, even in style when he draws Gear 5 Luffy. He also maybe looks like a Ed and Eddie. Those girls? No, check it out. No, for real. The girls that the Ed and Eddie, the trailer, what were they called? The trailer park girls? Ed, and Eddie, trailer park girls. What were they called? The Canker Sisters. Oh, maybe it's not the Canker Sisters I'm thinking of. It's no, it's not them. It's not them. It has to be a Codename Kids Next Door character. You know what I'm saying, though. Something about it is very 90s Cartoon Network, and I love it. I'm about it. Anyway, Egghead is done for. And then we see, this is crazy, dude. Vegapunk screaming for Atlas. Atlas, come in. Saturn saying, shoot down this pathetic family. Let Bonnie know. Now, for a moment, I thought that Oda was going to do some Oda shit and we weren't going to know what the fuck Atlas was telling Bonnie. I thought, oh, fuck, great, dude. Now we got this mystery of who's on the way to Egghead. Now we got this other mystery of what the fuck is Atlas going to say to Bonnie, but it's answered very quickly, thankfully. But, yeah, she whispers in Bonnie's ear or shouts at Bonnie. Hard to hear, of course, because of everything happening on the battlefield on the island. And this panel right here of Bonnie's face and then her eye, it's just the paneling of it is beautiful. It's beautiful. I feel the emotion from just her fucking eye, Crazy. I'm going to cut off because I get scared. I get scared after a certain amount of time. And then she yells, Daddy, please don't shoot. Help us escape alive instead. Which is crazy because, you know what? I just realized this. Because we just watched the episode. This is why I like watching the anime. Because it makes everything fresh again. This is the opposite of, please don't shoot my daddy. This is, Daddy, please don't shoot. I mean, that's so crazy. That's so crazy that even in this arc, it's coming full circle. You know what I mean? Help us escape alive instead. And immediately she's able to override the authority of everyone and command the pacifistas. But this is everywhere. This is everywhere. So like even when they escape, which is going to be interesting to see, like, I mean, I would imagine that Bonnie would go with them. But like anytime the government tries to, I mean, they can never use pacifistas again, not around Bonnie ever again, because she could just immediately turn them on whoever she wants. It's kind of crazy. And, you know, you can't really see it right here. I wish you could see it. Hold on. Let me see if I could do this real quick. Let's see. I can maybe do it if I do it like this and maybe do this. And can I move? Okay. I'm gonna just move this like this for a second because it's crazy that you know, I never really put it together. You know, I always thought this right here, the VP stood for Vegapunk, but Oda did confirm that it stands for Volume 1 Podcast. And I just think that's really cool that they're all, you know, rocking some Volume 1 Podcast stuff right there on Egghead. Very cool stuff. Thank you, Oda. Shout out. Anyway, I did all that for a very dumb joke. All right, we got a couple super chats, shout out, that I want to get to. The first one, I think they're both from, let's see if I can do this. Okay, yeah. So they were both from New Subspace. Shout out, by the way. Shout out. Let me give you a...
It's your kitchen.
It's your kitchen. Glad to finally catch a stream when I'm not working. P.S. I got my V1 Done Piece shirt. Let's go.
Bro, Losh for real.
Hell yeah, dude. Right as I... See, you know what? The universe and Nika works in mysterious ways, because I was just making a dumb joke right now about Bonnie wearing a Volume 1 Podcast, you know, jumpsuit, spandex suit. And here we got New Subspace shouting us out, saying they just got theirs. Beautiful. New Subspace is awesome. And I just want to shout them out. They're incredible. And they are the guys that we did that little One Piece music video with. Super sick. Shout out. Let me put this back. Okay, here we go. Constantinos, I like this too. Says, guys, like the stream. Come on. What are you doing? I was gonna play some sad music too, but it got copyrighted last time. You know what's so frustrating is it could have it in the title, it could have it in the description, and it could be copyright, but then one day the person could decide, you know what? I don't want it to be free anymore. And they don't have to email anybody. I mean, there's no way of keeping record of that. But they could just decide one day to not allow for it to be copyright free anymore. And then it just, you know, we get slapped with a copyright, not a strike, but essentially it's just the video gets demonetized. Whatever. Elizabeth saying the same thing. Like Spike D stream. Thank you. It's only a click away. Damn, you guys are better at this than I am. It's only a click away. Ty said it was good timing for the world government to now have the Seraphim. They don't really need to worry too much about losing all the Kuma pacifistas, which is interesting and probably something that, you know, Oda had in mind, right? This is something he's probably planning for a long time. So he needed to give them, in order for this moment to happen and for them to still have weapons that were formidable. You know, he introduced the Seraphim, which is also interesting though, because I wonder if this same command works for S Bear specifically. Obviously it wouldn't work for anybody else, but I would think by Vegapunk's logic, by what he says, that S Bear would apply to that too. So she could have all the pacifistas under her control and one Seraphim. It would be lit. It would be lit. I mean, we know where this is leading to, right? Bonnie will have to make the final decision to turn off all Kumas forever per command. Trees. I don't know what you're on right now. I don't know what you're smoking right now. I don't know what kind of psychedelic you're on, but that's exactly what's going to happen. And I say that because you have a beautiful mind, and that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm jumping on the Trees Wonderland bandwagon, hitching my wagon to that, because that is going to be probably how this arc ends. This maybe. Hold on, let me think. Because I imagine Bonnie would leave with the Straw Hats and head back to Elbaf. So the pacifistas could remain active to kind of, but Dory and Broggy, Dory and Broggy don't really need help, I feel like. So whoever is left, like, lingering in order for them to be able to escape, the pacifistas could stay active to continue to fight those people. But maybe it gets to a point where, Saturn dips or something happens and there isn't no one else left to fight, and she does shut them down. The reason I like it, though, Trees, is because I like that more than her just kind of sailing away and them holding the wall while they escape, is because for her to be able to shut them down, like, that would mean that they would never have to fight again, right? That she would never have to ever worry about seeing her father causing pain or in pain. She would finally put them, like you said, all to rest. It's going to happen. I'm back on. I was kind of on the fence. I had to think it through, but I'm back with you. A Beautiful Lie. Bonnie could join the RA, the Revolutionary Army, so the Kumas can still help them later down the road. Hot Fart said, if you think that's happening, by the way, shout out Hot Fart. If you think that's happening, then it won't happen at all. And I'm sorry about that, Trees. I'm sorry about that, because it probably was going to happen, and then I agreed with you, and now it's not going to happen. Brain Stratum, command all, turn off, much cry. They are too powerful and too many. And to the point that A Beautiful Lie was making about her joining the Revolutionary Army potentially, and the pacifistas joining them as well. I think that could be nice, but at the same time, I do like the closure that it would bring for her, because the look, I mean, it's an iconic panel for a reason, and we just watched that episode of The Enemy again. The tears in her eyes, the way Oda drew her expression when she came across the police officer, Kuma, and was like, please don't hurt my daddy. She looked like she was in so much pain. Now, she might feel differently that she's seen, all of his memory. She might be and have a little bit more peace, but I do like the closure of the pacifistas just being gone, because they have, like, you guys were saying in the chat, they have the Seraphim now. So, they don't even really need them, and they have less Seraphim than they do pacifistas, but the Seraphim are, they make up for that in power. So it would be a really beautiful moment. And sad as fuck. Even Cordy said, yeah, I can see Bonnie joining the Revs. Her bounty is going to be insane after this arc. It absolutely is. And I think it was somebody, I think it was somebody in the chat before we went live who had said that now that Bonnie, I'm going to butcher this, so I apologize, but, like, now that Bonnie has seen Nika, has seen Luffy as the Sun God, as Joy Boy, that theoretically she should be able to use that distorted future ability again, because her, like, belief in him has, like, returned, I guess. Because the way Saturn had said it was that, like, it becomes less and less powerful and less useful, because as you grow older, you become more jaded by reality. and you understand that certain things aren't possible. But now that she has seen this, it's a beautiful moment, but also theoretically, she should be able to tap into that distorted future and use that form again. Just saying. Just saying. Oh, shout out New Subspace again. Let's go. Joshua, I got you. Feels like I said that, and I feel like I heard my dad right now, and I got scared. I will make you all the music tracks you need for the free. I'm gonna slide into those DMs, okay? We're gonna talk because that and not. I mean, I appreciate the for free, but we gotta get you a little something. I would rather pay someone in this community than like a stranger on YouTube. I mean, they're probably cool too, and I would pay them too. But I mean, if I had a choice, I would rather pay New Subspace is what I'm saying. So I appreciate that. I'm gonna have to follow up on that for sure. Bonnie believes again. She's going back to church. Amen. Amen.
Praise Kuma.
Amen. If Bonnie didn't see a pacifista at Saboti, then her seeing the police pacifista is the first time she is seeing him when she set out to sea. I guess she didn't at Saboti though, right? I do not remember. So, all right, continuing on, all the pacifistas turn on the Marines, the government, and I'm going to scroll for a second because I need to find the exact line because I butchered it earlier. So Vegapunk said, Bonnie, there's one thing that keeps me up at night, the image of you being killed by your father, and Kuma, the idea of your precious daughter dying by your hands. I couldn't stomach such a tragedy. That's the reason I made sure that each and every clone sharing your appearance would be programmed to obey her. Okay, here it is. Here, let me get the page open. Right here. Oh, I wish I had music to accompany it. They will prioritize your order above all else, even commands from the world's overseers. It doesn't matter if the entire planet is against you. Kuma will always be on your side. That was the one selfish liberty I took. Come on, man. I mean, Oda is in his fucking bag. And every time you log on to Twitter, outside of the toxicity, is people just saying, let Oda cook. Let him cook. He cooked again. He's cooking. I saw somebody comment the funniest thing to me, which was, damn, I think Oda's kitchen is getting a little too small. I forgot exactly how they said it. His kitchen is getting a little too small, though. He needs a bigger kitchen because he's cooking too much. He's cooking like on another fucking level, dude. We need to get him a bigger kitchen is the point. That's all I'm saying.
It's your kitchen.
And even Vegapunk, dude. So I want to make a poll, and I want to know, I love polls. I think Tiberius was making fun of me last time because, a poll is a useful tool. And I'm just taking advantage of the tools that are available to me. Is Vegapunk dead after this chapter? Like essentially, did Saturn stabbing him, piercing him, does that result in his death? And maybe that's not the best way to word it then. Is Vegapunk dead after this chapter? After this, I'm going to say after this attack. After this attack. That's better. So I just created a poll. Is Vegapunk dead after this attack? I would love to know. I'm not going to even look, but I'm going to say yes. 100%. We're in the final saga. People are going to die. Okay, I can look now. Oh, fuck. 67% no. What the fuck? What the fuck? Beautiful lie, dude. Josh, the pole guy. They do call me the pole guy. That is my name. Vegapunk can't die. He has good health insurance. Batman for real said, thought this was supposed to be tomorrow. It was supposed to be tomorrow, but we're streaming with Cole and a bunch of other One Piece creators tomorrow. We both thought it was happening a little bit later in the day, so we were going to stream before and then immediately jump into Cole's stream. And this was our fault, not Cole's. It's happening earlier. It's happening literally it's happening at 9 a.m. our time. So we wouldn't have had time. So we just, I just ended up doing a solo today, but Megan will be back tomorrow. Which Vegapunk though? The Stella, of course. The Stella. And I don't know. A beautiful life said no one dies in One Piece, Josh. I know, but this is the final saga, dude. This is the final. 73%, by the way, are saying no. It's no is winning by a lot. Josh is upset when the polls don't go his way. Are you guys doing the top 50 stream? Yeah. We're gonna be there for that tomorrow. I'm just okay. I don't think that it'll be a situation because you guys know how I feel about York joining Blackbeard's crew, right? I really do. I'm holding on to that because I think out of all my L's, that is one W that I will get. Okay. And I know,
bro, lost for real.
I am the king of L's, and that is it. But I think that there's one W in my future, and I think that's it. So I was going to say that, I think that once Vegapunk's consciousness was separated, it meant that like York and Pythagoras and Edison and, Atlas, all of them, they are able to exist on their own. Shaka dying is different because he is a satellite. And I don't think the death of satellites affect other satellites. But if the Stella were to die, would like all of the other ones just fucking shut down, would die? I don't think so. A beautiful lie said, Lilith joins the Straw Hat. Batman for real said, wow, that's crazy. Didn't think you could be in the power scaling. I'm going to be 100% honest. And I said this earlier. We're not power scalers, but I mean, we're going to be there to create chaos. We're going to be, bro, you know what? I'm going to take the side of, I'm just going to take sides to stoke the fire. I'm just going to create chaos. And it's just going to be fun. Honestly, any excuse to hang out and talk to that group. I mean, I really enjoy them and I really enjoy talking to them. So it's just going to be fun. But I honestly, truly don't think, I'm sure the stream is going to go on for a very long time. I don't think that we're going to be there for the entirety of it. Because obviously, we want to give the floor to people who are into that, but we do want to be there for a little bit, have fun, be silly, and contribute what we can to the conversation. I don't know. I might have opinions, bro, about fucking Prime Garp versus, I can't even think. I can't even fucking think. I don't even know who to match up because in my head, they're going to be way off. I'm going to think they're equal and then everybody's going to be like, what the fuck? They're way fucking off. And I said this in our spoiler discussion of our last anime reaction, but I was talking to Nolan about it too. And Nolan would be somebody that, we want to get back on the show ASAP. Megan's cousin, Theo Johnny's son. He said that he has a list in his phone of like who he believes the top 10 most strong One Piece characters are. And he said that Dragon is on the top of that list because he is shrouded in so much mystery. And there has to be a reason for that. I mean, we know more about Shanks at this point. And we've seen Shanks more, it feels like, at this point. I mean, he explained it better, but essentially someone who is raised by Garp, surpassing Garp, but being currently in their prime, Dragon's gonna be on some shit, and he was going off. So fuck it, we might call him in. Hot Fart says, stir that shit up, Josh. Yeah, I'm going to stir it up, bro. I'm going to stir it up. Stir the pot. Oh, Josh, I need to max win. Where's it?
I need the max win.
There it is. Yeah, I don't know if I think that, because Victor said, too, none of the Vegapunks are joining the Straw Hats, and I'm inclined to agree. I just can't imagine that, dude. I can't imagine that. All right, I'm going to end this poll, dude, before I embarrass myself any farther. It went up to 80%. It went up to 80%. 20% said yes, 80% said no. Well, I'm going to put it in the Book of L's, and we'll see. Ty, the only mystery with Dragon is finding where the child support documents are. I mean, Dragon deserves it, though, you know. He did what he did to himself. Okay. Beautiful line. And here it is. Bro, I know nobody dies in One Piece, but y'all are telling me this man is... I mean, actually, you know what? Maybe I'm getting a little too ahead of myself. We're on the island of the future. He could just have a little, you know, a little... It could just like, nanites, nanobots. What are they called? Just... They could just stitch him up real time. He's probably fine. You're right. But I'm still going to write it in the Book of L's. Because I think it's lights out. It's lights out for Vegapunk. No more outfits. No more skimpy outfits for anybody. Because Vegapunk is gone. R.I.P. R.I.P. Let me switch back before we get in trouble. A betrayal of this magnitude will be met with no mercy yet. It's no surprise to me, but it was a surprise to Saturn. Now, this is, again, something that I keep saying, and maybe if we were reading this one arc at a time, I would feel differently about it. But you were telling me that this man is a fucking Gorosei, also a scientist who has been around and knows secrets about the world that nobody else knows. This never crossed his fucking mind. Hubris, sure. Arrogance, sure. He never thought anyone would dare to cross him. But again, he's an old head. And just like politicians of the real world, get the old ones out. Okay, let's see how Megan was. If Megan was here, she'd stop me. But my point is, it's a little silly for him to not have even crossed his mind. Not even like a fleeting thought. Have a contingency, okay? This man, if anybody is a fraud, and I don't mean a fraud in terms of power because we're seeing him hold it down. We're seeing him literally stop people in their tracks. But this man is not a scientist. He is capping so hard. He is not a scientist. I swear to God. Science... I mean, he must have, I don't know. He must have did one of those little kits you got in Scholastic, the Scholastic magazines. You get a little kit, you just mix some stuff together. He must have thought someone told this man he was a scientist and he believed them and he let it go to his head. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he was so powerful, people were like, oh yeah, no, like you're a great scientist, because they were afraid. Because this man, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Little fucking, again, it's the hubris. It's the arrogance. But come on. Frankie, obviously, witnessing the piercing of his hero. He's telling Kizaru to eliminate them and be quick about it. So we do see Kuma, Sanji, Frankie, Atlas, Bonnie, everybody get hit, and we even see some reaction panels of Sanji, Frankie, and Atlas looking like they got hit pretty hard. But again, okay, because Kizaru said, I'll make sure to get you both in one slash so you can be together. It won't hurt a bit, Bonnie. I guess, like, is he still, like, trying to fool anybody? I don't know, man. Like, would he really honestly take out Bonnie? I don't know. I just don't. after we've seen this man waver, and I do not care. He gave Luffy the food. I do not care. And maybe he was anticipating that. This is all part. Kizaru is on some, no pun intended, light Yagami shit right now because he gave Luffy the food. He's an Oscar-winning actor right now, bro. He knows that all it was going to take was a little bit of food to get Luffy back to Gear 5, and once he goes Gear 5, he's not going to be able to stop him. So he's just literally like, knowing that Luffy is going to come out and stop him. That's where I'm at with it. I really, after I, like I said, how much we've seen him waver, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Sorry, I'm just getting so passionate. Give me a second. I gotta catch up on some of these super chats real quick. I apologize. Quattro member for 25 months. Let's go.
That's a more?
What can I say? He's an awesome guy.
Big 25 months. Shout out V1 best community on the planet. How's everybody doing? And he put a little angel emoji right there. I'm doing great. I'm doing good. Happy to be here. Actually, very happy to be here. I'm actually doing wonderful, and I hope everybody else in the chat is doing wonderful today too. And if you're not, then let me know, and I'll see what I can do to fix that. I'll see what I can do. Shout out Quattro. Also, just a goated member of the community. Mugsby. Shout out Mugsby.
What can I say? He's an awesome guy.
And I want to give
Anita Max win.
something to Mugsby. Saturn said, look at it from my perspective. Do you think the feelings of an insect? Do you think of the feelings of an insect that you step on? I understand that, and I really do. And now I'm going to be a little silly and say that the different, okay, insect, okay, how I'm imagining it in my head, and it's probably not right, but insects, they can't talk, they can't, it's not like Flick, and it's not like, it's not a Bug's Life, and they're, down there inventing stuff and doing all kinds of stuff. If I could understand ants, I would understand what they are capable. It is truly hubris, right? Truly. But at the same time, I get he's saying oh, I'm so above it. I'm not even human. I have transcended that it is impossible for me to think like you. But it's that is going to be his downfall. And I just think that it's kind of, I understand it, but I think that I don't know. I get it. But it's just ants. They're doing shit. They have colonies. They're on some coordination. They're building some pretty elaborate hive, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Ant farm. You know what I'm saying? They're doing shit. But if I could speak the same language as ants, I wouldn't underestimate them. If they could speak, I don't give a fuck if I was a human and they were an ant and I could understand their language. I still don't underestimate them. I don't know. I don't know, honestly, truly what they're capable of. I could wake up in a hive, underground. I saw the Chimera Ant arc. I know what's dormant inside of all of them. And I think Saturn should be operating the same way. That's it.
Bro, lost for real.
Just kidding. I mean, I get it. I get it. Bugsby again. Oh shit. But a CD shot Kuma's dad just for being noisy. These guys treat people worse than animals, so it will bite them. Absolutely, it's going to bite them. And that to me is not that is heartless. And I think that's a better illustration of treating somebody like they're so beneath you, not a living, breathing human being or buccaneer or whatever. That's a better way to illustrate that, by just taking them out, no thought, like they are an insect. But if they're in a position, I mean, you just have to, at a certain point, recognize that they're Kuma's dad. And no offense to Kuma's dad, but Kuma's dad wasn't really in a position or a person at that point because of the world to really do anything. But now he's not dealing with people like Kuma's dad. He's dealing with Vegapunk. He's dealing with the smartest person in the world. The smartest person in the world. So is Vegapunk still an ant to Saturn? That's, I guess, my point. Is sure, Kuma's dad, I get it. Sad as fuck, I get it. Is an ant to Saturn. But is Vegapunk really? I don't know. It's a little... Saturn, I'm watching you, Saturn. Batman for real said, left my computer for a bit. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? I don't know. Animal Planet. Tiberius says Animal Planet stream now. But crazy. Anyway, okay, I better get back on track. I apologize. See, this is what happens when Megan's not here. Oh, I'm showing too much. Okay, so Gear 5, Luffy comes up, smacks the fuck out of Kizaru, saving, everybody kind of drops, and that is actually affecting the terrain, which we've, seen him do before, but making it so that, they're all okay when they hit the ground. Very cool. Bonnie, this is the moment that Bonnie, everything, so much shit is happening in this fucking chapter. Vegapunk is laying in a pool of his own blood. I don't know if the chat's going to block it. It is. I'm going to have to do this again. Literally, this man is he is lapping up his own blood. Tongue. I mean, his tongue is always hanging out, but it just, you could just tell. You could just tell that it's bad this time. We do see the ancient robot again, which is interesting because of the drums of liberation. Now, this occurred previously when Luffy achieved Gear 5 or went into his Gear 5 state. So maybe Luffy just wasn't in it long enough to wake up this ancient robot. This ancient robot is obviously also in not very good condition. So I wonder if this time something is going to happen. But neither here nor there. Bonnie realizing, all jokes aside, truly, Bonnie realizing in this moment that Straw Hat Luffy, the young boy who caught Kuma's eye, is Sun God Nika, is absolutely beautiful. And I'm so glad not only that she got to see it, I feel like this is something that was being teased for a long time. Like, she's talking about Nika and the ties, and how he's kind of been, the legends of him have been woven throughout like her life because of her father. And meanwhile, she's standing right next to Luffy. And we're like, someone tell her, she needs to know. So it's been right there. But in this chapter, it happens. He's in his, the iconic Skypea looking, pose. And yeah, man. I mean, it was so incredible and amazing that you finally got to see it. And that Kuma got to see it too. I mean, I think, we see a little, there's like he's short circuited a little bit. You can kind of see it right there. But I think he sees it. I really do. Vegapunk also acknowledging the strength of this Yonko. A Buster Call is tame for him. People all over the world have been awaiting his arrival for hundreds of years. This is insane. Again, Buster Calls ain't shit. Buster Calls are for busters now, and the Straw Hats ain't no busters. I'm gonna switch out for a minute because I think I'm gonna, get in trouble. I'm gonna have someone knocking on my door. But back to the coach, bro. So much stuff was going on. I almost forgot someone was on the way. Just kidding. I was scrolling fast. I was reading so fast. I read the chapter twice because the first time I was scrolling, trying to see if it was going to be revealed. I really felt like it might not, and it was. So we see two people pulling up to Egghead, giants, and not just any giants, Dory and motherfucking Broggy are here, are back. And not only are they back, but they are acknowledging Luffy as the sun god himself. We've come to pick up Straw Hat. It's an emergency. Or should we call him the sun god? It was crazy because as I was piecing it together too, and I don't know. I'm sure that a lot of people have put it together, but I try to, as best I can, I try not to go too far down any theory hole or whatever because I don't know. I don't want to be influenced too much by what other people in the space are saying, because I don't know. It could be a slippery slope. You know what I mean? But so I don't know if anybody else has said this, but as I started talking about it, when I was talking about it, to Megan and Nolan off mic, I was really thinking, it does make so much sense that they would be here, that the Giants would come to Luffy's aid because of its proximity to the island of Egghead, but also because, as far as I remember, and I could be wrong, but all of the books we saw in the flashback here, that all of the books that were salvaged from O'Hara and Saul are there, right? Like, weren't the Giants there taking back, whatever they could find back to Elbaf? So I'm just saying, they're going to go there, and like the Straw Hats are going to go there and have access to the fucking texts and tomes of O'Hara, or what was left of them. And please correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm misremembering something. But Robin's going to be there. She's going to have access to him. The Giants are going to be read up. Shanks is there, was there. I mean, it's his territory either way. So when they get there, they are going to get answers. And they are almost there. They are about to be there. Yeah, the Giants took the leftover books. That's what I'm saying. Like, Robin is going to get to sit down and go through whatever they brought back. Missing like, it's crazy. So of course, they would know about Joy Boy, and not to mention that they're so much older, right? Like, Giants live for hundreds of years. I mean, I think Dory and Bragi are like in their mid hundreds, but they live for a very long time. So they would also just like have more knowledge because of that fact alone. Anyway, it's just crazy. It's just crazy to think about. And yeah, I don't know. Cordy, Usopp, and Luffy about to be the Super Elbaf Bros next arc. I hope, but I'm kind of done hoping, I guess, that a certain character. I mean, I know Usopp and Elbaf have been connected, and it's been something that has been anticipated for a long time. But if Egghead truly is ending in the next couple of chapters, because Dory and Bragi they're gonna do damage. I mean, what are we thinking? 5 chapters? 6? I mean, it could end so quick. My point is, Frankie had some cool moments, but Frankie's been talking about Vegapunk. Even during the time skip, the 2-year time skip, he was on, Vegapunk's childhood, or in his childhood, on his childhood island, whatever. Or workshop, in his workshop, old one. So yeah, just like people were really expecting Wano to be Zoro's, Egghead to be Frankie's. I just, Usopp really honestly might not do that much. And I fucking hate to say that, but it's the final saga, and is Usopp gonna really, are things gonna slow down and he's gonna get like, a training arc or something? I mean, you know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, I really do want it to happen. I want something cool. I want him to have a cool moment there, but I don't know. I just don't want to go in expecting that, because if and when it doesn't happen, I don't want to be sad. I don't want to be bummed. But yeah. Luffy seems like he will be the main focus for Mugsby on Elbaf because of who he is. That's what I'm saying. Kaneki Ken, Elbaf must be Usopp's arc. We waited so long for Usopp to do something. I know, dude. I know, but I'm telling you. It might not happen. It might not happen. Like, I'm not saying that he's gonna be like completely thrown to the background, but I mean, I would say expect like the same amount of shine that Frankie got in Egghead. Expect Usopp to get that in Elbaf. Because again, like, sure, you know, Usopp's been talking about it. Like, it's been set up since Little Garden. I mean, since all the way the fuck back. But Frankie was also always talking about Vegapunk. Always. I don't know. Spicy Keeper said, late, I thought this was coming tomorrow. Yeah, I'm sorry. I posted about it on the community tab. It was a mad scramble, a mad dash. I apologized on the community tab too. I knew there was probably going to be a lot of confusion. But, you know, we got some things messed up in the schedule. And, you know, me and Megan talked about it real quick and just decided that I should do it today because we got another stream that we're doing with Cole and a bunch of other One Piece creators tomorrow. And, yeah, sorry about that. It's not your fault. It's nobody's fault, but I wouldn't even really say my fault. I mean, it's nobody's fault because it was just things happened. Life happened, you know? Mugsby said maybe he will go off with Oimo and Kashi and develop his observation hockey a little bit more, but no way he can be a bigger focus than Luffy. Yeah. Kaneki can give Usopp Frankie Brook development. I don't want to see Zoro and Luffy, Sanji beating villains all the time. And look, Kaneki Ken, I am there with you in the sense that, like, I would love some Frankie Brook and Usopp development too. I mean, there's nothing wrong. I would love that. I want that. But I just don't think it's going to happen. And me not thinking it's going to happen doesn't mean I don't want it to happen. I do want it to happen. Tiberius, I blame the ants. They don't end up going to Elbaf at all. They get Lucian. It was funny in that message that Oda said, like, I fucking tried. I tried real hard. I'm going to throw some curveballs at him. I'm going to throw some curveballs at the Straw Hats. I'm going to try with every fiber of my being to make it hard. They might not go, but they have a mind of their own. They're going to go one way or the other. I can't even stop them anymore. Like, damn, Oda, cook. Anyway, insane panel. Dorian Bragi showing up. And, yeah, I mean, they're going to smoke. These are some of the most, I would say, currently the most powerful and strong warrior giants that have been fucking fighting for fucking, I don't even know how many fucking years on Little Garden, just constantly, like, honing their skills, really, honestly. They're in their prime, and they're going to fuck shit up easily. They're already cutting through this fleet like butter. And, yeah, so I don't know exactly how it's going to end, but I am curious to know, how many chapters do you think, in your opinion, we have left? Because it seems like it's all being set up. It seems like Kizaru and Luffy are being set up to have like another fight. But him going Gear 5 again has also sort of awakened that ancient robot. So is it going to be long enough that comes into play somehow, some way? It feels like 5. It feels like maybe 5 chapters. I don't know. Also crazy. I think this was like a fairly recent tweet from our tour, but I was just scrolling through Twitter the other day, and let me see if I can find it. You know, because sometimes the algorithm will throw something in your feed from like a month ago or 2 months ago. But I think this was pretty recent. And I just want to, if I can't find it, then I'll just say what the tweet was. But essentially, he had translated that Oda was somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Oda was somewhere saying that One Piece is probably going to end in 3 years. Because before, I think the amount of time was 5. I kept hearing 5 was ideal, and of course he's not gonna be able to meet anything exactly. But apparently there was an interview where he said 3. Like, my goal is 3. He even says, like, I shouldn't even say that because I probably won't stick to that. But I am trying, and I want ideally for it to be wrapped up in 3 years, which is honestly a shorter period of time than I thought. And of course, the joke being, 3 years means fucking 10 years. But even still, the fact that that's even in his mind, it's wild to me. Anyway, I can't find it. But, yeah. Fucky, shooty, bitchy. Mike Smith. What the fuck? Hold on. Ow! Very generous. Super chat from Mike Smith. Thank you so much. What a fire chapter. Deepest condolences to Megan. Saw the IG story. This is for a good Nakama dinner. Maybe some ramen. Also, sorry and Bragi. Oh, Dory. I thought you were, because we have people like Conrad in the community. We have the roast masters in the chat sometimes. I thought you were talking shit. Sorry and Bragi, like his sorry ass. But Dory and Bragi showing up was such a beautiful surprise. It absolutely was. It was kind of the last people I expected, but I still maintain that if you go back and you watch that spoiler discussion that we had on the most recent anime episode, that I was close, dude. I was saying it has to be Shanks and people from Elbaf, even though I wasn't exactly right. I was close. I got a whiff of a W, and W stands for win. By the way, I know that there's Tiberius in the chat right now who's going to say W stands for wiener. I got a whiff of a wiener. I got a whiff of a W, a win. Shout out Mike Smith. Thank you, dude. And shout out Spicy Kimchi for gifting one Volume 1 podcast membership.
It's your kitchen.
Let's go. Man, there are dogs going crazy right now, like barking. Oda meant 3 anime years. Is that right? Batman first, I believe it was before the month break in 2022. No, so if Twitter did that to me. Shout out Rumham, by the way. Love you too. Then I would be so upset because whatever. I could have sworn that I even looked at like when Artur had posted it and when the interview was, and that it was kind of recent, but I could be wrong. Now I'm in this like spiral of wanting to find it. It's not important. It really isn't. But if I do find it, then I'll bring it up. Or I think he might stop by tomorrow. I'll ask him tomorrow. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. I got to make some predictions, and I have a few. The dogs smell the W too. 5 anime minutes are like 20 episodes, so probably 10 years is right. It's funny, Trees, because Nolan, Megan's cousin, I've been hanging out with them. I hung out with them a couple times recently for Megan's birthday, and then, recently because of everything that's going on. But it's so funny because we have mutual friends that we've convinced to get into One Piece, to start it. And I don't really care how anybody consumes it. I just want people to consume it, right? We have another mutual friend, coincidentally, named Josh, who took the leap, and he's in it, bro. He is in it, but he's watching it instead of reading it. And Nolan, and I get it, dude, and I respect Nolan for it, and I wish I had more of this in me. But every time somebody tells Nolan that they watched the anime, instead of reading the manga, he just immediately was like, "Oh yeah, the anime's trash though." Like, but the anime fucking sucks, and it always makes me laugh because I know what he means, and he just means that it is, the manga is superior because the anime has horrible pacing. It takes forever for things to happen, and everything drags in the anime. So I know he's just wanted people to have the better experience or the best experience they can with the story. But some people just don't like reading manga, and that's cool. I get it, but I mean, that could never be me, bro. I mean, I can't imagine sitting through certain arcs, sitting through every episode. I mean, we'd still be in fuck. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Definitely not caught up. That's for sure. But yeah. It was right after, this is from Batman Free. It was right after Wano ended in summer 2022. Oda took a month break from what I remember. Yeah, I remember that too. And I do remember that there was but I think he had said 5 at that point, 5 years until the end. But I think this was, so I remember that. But I think this was a different interview that was more recent. I could be wrong though. Tiberius should be happy to know, by the way, because I know this is a Tiberius. I don't want to out you right now, dude. I don't want to, put your business out there. But Tiberius is one of the biggest JJK fans I've ever met in my life, and I finally finished season 2. Finally, it took me so long to finish it, just to get around to it, I guess. Oh, and he's the biggest Bible Black fan I've ever met in my life too. Actually, scratch that. I think he told me one time his top 3 is Bible Black, JJK, and Bible Black. And I said, you put Bible Black twice. He said, yeah, it's that good. I said, damn, okay. But I finally finished season 2 of JJK. And there was some crazy shit that happened at the end. Hold on one second. I'm gonna let me see. I might have to respond to this. But I think. Interesting. Hold on. Sorry, got to do it live. Sorry, guys. A man of culture, it seems. I think next time we do a community live, I want to talk about it. I want to talk about my thoughts on season 2. I'm going to be real with you. Just real quick, Tiberius, about the end of JJK season 2. I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody who's not caught up, by the way. Bro, I had to, with JJK, this shit happens all the fucking time. I feel, when I watch JJK, I feel dumb. I had to watch, no joke, like 3 videos after the end of season 2 to fucking really fully understand what had just happened. And so I'm there watching all kinds of shit about, the events, because I got most of it and I understood kind of what was happening, but I needed all the context. Beautiful, I said, what are your thoughts on Bible Black? I'll be honest with you. Bible Black was a big part of my childhood. Bible Black was iconic, dude. I mean, you got to give it that. I remember downloading an anime at the time, and you think I'm lying right now, but when I used to pirate anime back in the day, so I used to watch Naruto. The way that it would work would be that the most recent episode, let's just say hypothetically, the most recent episode of Naruto was episode 100, right? That was everywhere. In Japan, everywhere. The last episode, or the only episode that was available, was episode 100. If you saw like Naruto episode 101, then you knew that was code for hentai. You knew that was code for pornography. You knew that was code for something. So that's how you would get around it. Because my dad had a screen recording software, so he could see what we were doing on the computer. So I found that little hack out, and then I would transfer that file to, at the time I had a PSP. I would transfer it to a PSP, and be on my way. But sometimes I would get Bible Black, you know, in the Bear Share days and the LimeWire days. I think it was just those two really at that time. But I would, and you're gonna think I'm lying, but it would always be an accident. I would accidentally download Bible Black all the time because people would just attach it to shit. And at a certain point, I was like, I'm just gonna watch it. And it was wild. It's a cultural staple. I think it's a rite of passage in a lot of ways. And I think it's iconic. Bible Black is truly, it's part of the culture, you know? And I think that, you know, everybody should experience maybe at least a little bit of it in their life. Maybe not the whole thing, but just a little bit. Megan, don't look. She's in the chat right now. She's in the chat. The goat has returned. Megan, I forgot how it came up, but it came up naturally. I didn't bring it up. It's not like I just decided to bring it up. It just came up. I'm gone for one stream. Listen. If you go back, if you scrub through the stream, you'll see how it naturally and organically came up. And I'm going to be honest with you. And say that I would be shocked, Megan. I would be shocked if you told me you never saw nothing from Bible Black, because that is how in the zeitgeist it is, right? As an anime fan, I know you saw. I know you did. Megan, get your boy. Changing the subject gracefully, and then I'm gonna get into the Book of L's. Batman for Real said, I'm reading Sakamoto Days right now. It's so damn good. I really enjoyed Sakamoto Days. There's a long list of stuff I want to get back into, but I think every time I see a new Sakamoto Days cover, that's what makes me want to read it. Like, the covers go so hard. The covers go too hard, and that's enough to make me want to read it. My phone won't stop going off, and it's kind of crazy. So I'm gonna mute it. All right. Megan is in the chat, but not here. So I will venture in to this next segment with her in spirit. But as with every One Piece chapter review and discussion, at some point, we must make predictions in the Book of L's. So without further ado, let me make sure everything is queued up. Let us begin our segment. Heavy is the head that wears the L. And we got everything queued up right here already. I mean, I could turn my what's it called, phone on so that you could get the up close and personal. But obviously Megan has a W that she needs to stamp. I would not dream of stamping it in her absence. So I just want to make sure if there's anything I can stamp as a W or as an L. And I do think there is a couple. So I put from last week that Shanks and the red hairs are the ones on the way to Egghead. I was wrong, but I was close, but I was wrong. So I think it's pretty safe to say that is an L, because I doubt that Shanks would be there. Like, I doubt the next chapter it will also be revealed that, like, Shanks and the red hairs are just a little bit behind Dory and Broggy. You know what I'm saying? I doubt that. So I'm pretty sure that's an L. So I'm going to stamp that as one. You know, it doesn't get any easier. I don't think there's anything else that needs to be stamped, so I just need to make some new predictions. Megan also said that Robin will be the one to stop the Buster Call. The Buccaneer characteristic, this is irrelevant. Frankie, this is what I was talking about at the very beginning of the stream, having my own agenda. You know how it is. You know how it goes.
It's not about the story. It's about agenda.
When we were talking about how Sanji fans were disappointed. I wrote this down when I was holding on to hope. When I was coping, when I was pushing my own agenda, I said Frankie will be the one to deliver the final blow against Kizaru. In no world did I ever think that would actually happen, but I thought I could manifest it. I thought I could maybe, I don't know, I thought I could make a difference. So that will be an L at some point, but not today. And that's all that matters. All right. Let me make some predictions. I have, I think, 2 major ones. And then we'll see if we can brainstorm some more. Oh, let's go. What the fuck just happened right now? I think Tiberius, the man, the myth, the legend, gifted 5 Volume 1 podcast memberships. Oh,
I need the max win.
Shit.
What can I say? He's an awesome guy.
More?
Shout out Tiberius. Thank you, dude. Let's see who got those, by the way. This always happens to Megan, dude. Megan got one. Gabe got one. Rumham got one. Lick got one. And Winston got one. The beautiful life, she stole mine. Megan, every time Megan jumps in the chat, she always gets one. Gore Dukes, yo, shout out. I'm on my lunch break. What's good? I'm whispering because I think maybe you're in the break room right now. Maybe you have headphones in, but maybe you got coworkers around you and you're eating, whatever you're eating for lunch. Maybe you're not eating anything. Maybe you're just having a smoke, but I imagine you at a table with your coworkers, and that's why I'm whispering right now. So, what's good? What's going on? What's happening there? It's a good day. Y'all think you might get out early today? Just keep talking. I'll be calling it a night until next time. Bye. Shout out Elizabeth. Thank you, dude. I mean, round of applause for Elizabeth. Let's just, I want to say this before she heads out. She is always here in these streams, reminding people to like these streams. She is a goat. She is a pillar. She is beyond. I'm trying to think. I lost it. She is beyond us all. She's amazing, wonderful. We're so lucky to have someone like Elizabeth Swan in this community. Thank you again. Have a great night. Whatever you do tonight, be safe, have fun. And we appreciate you. Mike Smith. Let's go. You have a P.O. box set up, 1 month till Japan trip. I want to get you guys something while I'm out there. I would again. Oh fuck, man. We still don't have one set up, but we're gonna try to work. We're gonna try to work around that. USPS, or is it the UPS store? We actually went and inquired about one, and there's a potential to get like a smaller one, but we don't have it set up yet. If we are able to get one before you leave, we'll let you know. We'll post about it. As soon as we do, we'll post about it on our YouTube channel. We'll post about it in our Discord. But as of right now, no, we need to do it. It's just, it's not free. And not that it's like crazy expensive either, but Gordon said, now you're good, John. Fuck him. Thank you for the stream. Thank you, Nakama, for being here. Yeah, Elizabeth the Goat. Let's go. All right. So, my prediction. Let me get. I wish I had my a little stand for my camera. I could do it like this though. My first prediction, and I know you guys are gonna laugh in my face, but it is what it is. Vegapunk will be killed or die from, I should say, die from this attack. Vegapunk will be killed or die from this attack by Saturn. So Saturn piercing Vegapunk. This will result in his demise. He is not going to make it, which would actually play into another prediction that I had, which was that, bro, I basically put that Kuma is going to die on Egghead, Vegapunk, the Stella, is going to die on Egghead, and I think I also put, oh yeah, Saturn. So Kuma, Saturn, and Vegapunk will all die at the end of this arc. So we'll see if that pans out to be true. I do like this from Megan too. Nico will squash Saturn like a bug because of that ant thing. It's funny that we're talking about ants again because I think that's going to be right too. Bonnie and Kuma will both be able to see Luffy, aka Nika, at the same time. Megan wrote like 2 versions of it down, but I mean, I would say they're both right. So that's 2 W's technically. She found a loophole. Okay, so that's one prediction. My other prediction will be Konstantinos Petrakos became a day oneer. Let's go.
Good smell. Flavor. Anita Max win.
Shout out. And Tiberius. Let me make sure. Yeah, we're caught up. Tiberius.
That's Amor?
I hit the like button every time someone says to do so. Sometimes by the end of the video isn't liked. I wish someone was here to cue up, like the Curb Your Enthusiasm music. I see what you did there, dude. Just make sure that whatever order it is, that it ends up liked by the end of it. I get it. Someone says like it, so you like it, then they say like it again, then you like it, but that means you unlike it. Just like it. Just like it. Just like it. I like you. Do you like me? All right, I got to get my other prediction down. Okay. Let me go through the chapter again. When we first saw all the VPs, which 2 would you want to survive? Gabe said Kuma's not dead. I think that could be true. And which 2 would I want to survive? Well, I did want Shaka to survive, but he fucking died, didn't he? So there's that, even though I was still holding on hope. Like, maybe he didn't. And honestly, maybe he didn't. But it seems like people are confirming it, like it, in universe. So seems like there's not much hope for him. I would want Atlas to survive. I don't think I can handle that. And I think I would want Lilith and Atlas. I would want them to survive. Even though I think it would be interesting from a story perspective if York were to survive and join Blackbeard, because I am, really kind of putting all my eggs into that basket. But Lilith and Atlas, 100%. Like Pythagoras, Edison, it's okay. All right. They're all right, I guess. But they're no Atlas or Lilith. And they weren't and are no Shaka either, but Shaka's kind of out of the mix. Josh wants poor little Edison to die. I don't want him to die. But if him and Atlas were hanging off a cliff, little freaking hands, or I guess Atlas's big ass hand, Atlas would probably, it would be funny because I would save Atlas. But then it would probably turn out that Atlas could touch, the fall wouldn't have hurt her because she's so big. You know what I mean? It probably would have been like a 1 foot drop for her. But I would have still saved her, is my point. Okay, give me 1 second. I apologize. Let me go through this chapter. Let me see. Okay. I have one prediction. Vegapunk, dead. Death awaits him after this attack. I still do truly believe that Saturn is going to fucking die. Somehow, some way, during the next couple of chapters on this, he is not leaving this island. Because we're in the final saga. He's gone. He's done. He's toast. And again, for underestimating not just, Vegapunk, but humanity, I guess. I already said that Kizaru, I already have a prediction about Kizaru. I really do think that he is going, I think he's already done it, but I think it's going to be revealed that he is going to not necessarily betray, he will betray the Gorosei before he will betray the government. He will betray the world government before the government, the Marines, whatever. So I think he's going to, but I also think he's going to do something to help the Straw Hats, which I think he already has done by giving Luffy food. It just hasn't been confirmed yet. So let's keep going. Okay, the ancient robot. Like, what the fuck is going to happen with this shit? I do think that, is it, what information do we have about this robot? It's old, but it is super advanced, right? Because it's more advanced than the technology of the current era because of what we learned about the history of the One Piece world from Vegapunk, but also it does look like it is very similar to, in appearance, to a giant, right? Like it has those horns. It has that sort of like Viking kind of helmet. I don't know. I get Elbaf giant vibes from this ancient robot. Clearly it's awakening again because it hears the drums just like it did the first time, but what role will it play? Why are we seeing it again? We saw it like almost activate and shut down, or didn't even see it shut down. Nothing just ever happened. Now we're seeing it like activate again. So it has to be very it has to matter like a lot. Like whatever happens, whatever significance, whatever role this robot plays going forward, it has to be significant. It has to be crazy even. Just give me a second. Let me think. Pop off right now. Anything. Any thoughts you guys have on this robot? The robot needs more dun dun doo to work full power. Yeah, it's like cranking a car. It was almost there. It seemed to activate when Luffy goes Gear 5, but we don't really know why he awakened and started climbing long ago. The giant robot looks like a giant. Write it down. But it does. The Jolly Roger of the giant pirates is like the robot, so makes sense. See, there's a connection. Trees said, I think it's in first place to prove that Nika is the source of the ancient energy. I think it's in first place to prove that Nika is the source of ancient energy. I'd like that. This ancient energy that powers not only him, but anything else from that era, I guess. Like it is like he actually exudes an energy that can be harnessed, that can be tapped into. I feel like the giants from Tai would know what the ancient robot is. Isn't there a theory that Joy Boy is a giant and Dory and Bragi know about Nika? So maybe. There is a theory because of the hat that Eames saw, but it was someone in this very community on one of these streams who said that we could be looking at it wrong and could have been looking at it wrong this whole time. Maybe the hat wasn't big, meaning that the previous Joy Boy was a giant. It could mean that Eam is a tontata and it's a regular sized hat. You never know. Joy Boy's toy robot. I want the robot to do the Nika dance with Luffy. Nick Cannon and Drumline would get that robot movie. That's true. him and Megan Good we get it up and running. Maybe Nika needs to be a giant. Dory and Broggy might know something. I do think what Winston's saying is true. Dory and Broggy are gonna, so it will completely awaken because that, okay, you know, it might be obvious, but I think I'm getting it. Luffy makes a point to say that this time he's fully charged. He's more than stuffed. He's ready to go. The first time, he didn't know he was going to be going Gear 5. It happened. This time, he was full as he could possibly be, and then had the energy, and has the energy to sustain that form for far longer. So I think because of that, the ancient robot will have the energy to fully wake up, to fully activate. It will cross paths. Dory and Broggy will cross paths with it. They will know what it is. And maybe it has some information. Maybe they can speak to it. Maybe it's conscious. Maybe it's not just a weapon, a machine. Maybe it has a consciousness. It has the consciousness of a giant. Let's fucking go. Someone get me a bigger fucking kitchen, dude.
It's your kitchen.
Okay. Yeah, Spicy Kimchi said, Emus a Tontata and the straw hat is in the freezer. The straw hat in the freezer is regular size. Oh, it was Spicy Kimchi who said it. And I repeated that to people like in my real life because I don't think it's true. I don't even think you do either, but I think we both want it to be, part of us wants it to be true. And it is headcanon for me too. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to say this. Hello from Japan. Hello. Okay, I'm going to say this. Dory and Broggy will cross paths with the ancient robot. Let me just pull up the panel that we're looking at right now. It coming to life right here. You can see it in the top corner right here. Dory and Broggy will cross paths with the, sorry, it's going to take me a long time to write this out, with the ancient robot. And know what or who it is. I really do think there could be some. They will be able to speak with it. And it will contain. This is a lot. And it will contain because it will contain a consciousness. Let's fucking go, dude. Today's 2/2/24. 2/2/24, and there we go. Okay, so it's a little long, and it's probably a little convoluted, whatever. So the second prediction is Dory and Broggy will cross paths with the ancient robot and know what or who it is. They will be able to speak and communicate with it because it will contain a consciousness. Someone give me a bigger kitchen, dude. Someone get me a bigger kitchen. The reason Dory and Broggy are at Egghead knowing who Luffy is probably Shanks told them the tale right before he went to claim the One Piece. Absolutely. They're I mean, I think because of Shanks. Yeah, Dorian Reagan might know something. Okay, so that's it. I think those are my 2 predictions. Let me just make sure. Tree said, imagine this robot being some poor soul from 900 years ago that got the same. Oh, bro, they got the same treatment Kuma got. Man, he would be mad when he awakes. That would be crazy. If also that, like, I mean, that would be a little much. That like life would be so cyclical that like these events are fated to happen on repeat, you know, because we have not like we have not like broken this cycle. But it would be crazy if like it wasn't the exact same situation as Kuma, but in the sense that like someone's consciousness was put inside of a robot. I mean, that would be pretty fucking cool. That'd be crazy. Sun Jinwoo, a bigger kitchen. You trying to do some more cleaning? No, it's because I'm cooking. I'm cooking so much. I missed the member chat. Oh shit! Thank you, Kimchi. Thank you. Let me go. My bad. I missed it from you. What the fuck? My bad.
It's your kitchen.
Shout out Spicy Kimchi for being a member for 17 months. Saying, yo, 17 months. What do you think the robot's purpose was during the Void Century? And someone asked before, but do you have a PO box set up? So not yet. We'll let you know. We'll post about it in the Discord. We need to do it, but I guess, you know, there's this, I don't know. I guess there's this like, not fear, but there's this, I don't know. Maybe fear is not the right word, but it's the closest that like, we'll go through everything to set it up. And then I don't know that like, that it won't be like used. But then, you know, we have people like Kimchi asking, we have people like Mike Smith asking, so we need to just do it. We've gone and inquired about it before, but long story short, not yet. When we do, we will post about it. We will let you know. I'll talk to Megan about it again. But what do I think the robot's purpose was during the Void Century? I mean, let me think about it. During the Void Century, I mean, we talk about the Void Century being an era that was more technologically advanced. They found something, you know, they discovered something. And maybe there was a race of people that were putting themselves into these robots for battle, for war. You know, maybe they were slaves who were, you know, taken advantage of. Maybe they didn't have the physical strength needed to fight against the enemy of that era. So they were putting themselves into these weapons, essentially, these robots. That's what I think. Or maybe, because they do look also like warriors, kind of. And there is a battle. It is impaled, right? Like that looks like a battle wound, I guess. So I don't know. It's like not that the Tontatas, you know, I mean, we have Leo, you know, he's doing his thing. But like, what if it was something like that? Like, you know, it's the consciousness of a Tontata. They started putting themselves, they were geniuses, and they were putting themselves into these robots. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But that's my guess. Robot woke up, climbed the wall, stopped, turned back. We already know it wants to invade the Celestial Dragon's home. I don't that the robot wants to do that? I don't know. I don't know that we know that. Void Century was super advanced. That's why the Gorosei killed them all, probably. Yeah, I mean, they had figured out a way to maybe sort of cheat death by putting their consciousness into these machines. I don't know. But that's all banking on the fact that there is actually a consciousness in there. But the way the eyes light up, you know what I mean? Maybe, okay, listen, okay, hold on. So Zunisha is paying for a crime that was committed. Maybe this is another, maybe these are all connected to Joy Boy, and this was the crime, this was the sentence of another one of Joy Boy's comrades to be trapped within this machine, and essentially like sort of created or made to fight against his own, bro, check it out, made to fight against his own people, his allies. And that's his sentence, like Zunisha has theirs. I don't know. Tree said, I need a YouTube channel. Trees, you do. We gotta have Trees. I don't know, dude. He needs to, someone get him a kitchen. I just keep saying that. No, for real, Trees is popping off. Does Nika have to highest authority to the robot like Bonnie has over Kuma? That would be interesting too. And I think that's very likely. Very, very likely. What if the robot's name is Bartholomew? Could it be an alien race that couldn't breathe? Or an underwater race? I mean, all is possible in One Piece. That's how it was found after invading Marijois and dumped on it. Oh, okay, Gabe. I do think, yeah. I remember that, I think. I didn't even consider the possibility that the robot had a name. The voice of all things. Oh my, I mean, I'm just saying it could be a person. See, Sun Jin Woo said, oh, this is actually interesting. Give me long, the oven needed to preheat is all I'm saying. And that's the point. Like sometimes it just takes a long time to get somewhere, but then we get somewhere and it starts heating up a little bit. The mysterious God Valley vanished from history, but the name should have meaning. The mysterious God's Valley vanished from history, but the name should have meaning. We got it. We got something here. We got something here. We do. God Valley. There were gods there. Gods lived there. Like truly. For real. Okay, I don't know if I have any other like predictions necessarily. Let me check something really quick. Let me check something really quick. Sorry, give me a second. Okay. I think that's it. So let me just go over them real quick, and then we'll end this segment, and then we'll just chill for a little bit, go through the chat a little bit more, see what you guys have to say. So my only two predictions so far, and then why Dory and Broggy are gonna fuck shit up. I don't even think that needs to be written down. They're gonna scoop up everybody. Oh yeah. I'm gonna put this down. Bonnie will join the Straw Hats on their journey to Elbaf. Yeah, I don't know that I ever believe that more than I do after this chapter. Josh, are you using Final Cut Pro or Premiere Pro? I use Premiere. I have a Adobe subscription. So the three are Vegapunk will be killed or die from this attack, the attack in this chapter, by Saturn. Dory and Broggy will cross paths with the ancient robot and know what or who it is. they will be able to speak with it because it will contain a consciousness. And then the final one is Bonnie will join the Straw Hats on their journey to Elbaf. I'm still not saying that she's joining the Straw Hats, that she's becoming a Straw Hat, but I do think she will go with them. And she might. I mean, she might, but yeah, I don't know. That is it for the segment. Heavy is the head that wears the L. This is from Winston. Let me bring the chat back. Winston said that I think Bonnie might stay with the Straw Hats for a while. I want all the supernovas to be on Luffy's side during the final war. Yeah, I think all of them will. I mean, Kid is done. Kid is absolutely... There is just no more room in the story for him. He is out of the race. He is under the water. He is gone. Never to be seen or heard from again in Davy Jones' locker, padlocked, bricks, duct taped, sunken to the bottom. He is in the void, forever lost to history and the world. But everybody else, yes. Bonnie, Law, yes. Yeah. Peep Chitty Shoe, damn. Oh, Hawkins too. Hawkins is dead. Josh got to rip the L crown for power. I do. Honestly, if there's any more adequate time or appropriate time to wear it, it is during that stream. I will need it. I will absolutely need it. Kid never deserved the amount of disrespect he got. Kid, I think for me, Kid was always a character that I did like, honestly. I think he looked really cool. I loved his character design. I thought he was very funny. I thought he was his attitude, his cockiness. I thought his arrogance, even I thought he was funny. But yeah, I still do think he's out. I think he's absolutely we'll never unless it's at the very end of the story. We'll see maybe a little a panel of him, but he is done. But I do think Bonnie will hang around. Historians will say that Frankie helped Law in the history books. They're going to rewrite it. Frankie and Law took down Big Mom in Wano. That's what's going to be in the history books. Kid totally deserved what he got on Elbaf. He stepped in it for real. Damn, let him live. Yeah, I mean, I do think it was funny because again, he did he was running his mouth and he did not have what he needed to have to back it up. So, I mean, on one hand, he was kind of asking for it, but I can still admit that there were things about Kid that I enjoyed in the story. Am I heartbroken that he seems to be out? Not heartbroken, but if he came back in some way, I wouldn't be mad either. You know what I mean? Kid felt like the Vegeta character, but unfortunately did not get the same care and attention. I could definitely see that, Dwayne. 100%. Kid might be the closest to Goldie Roger in terms of their actions. That's right. Damn, such a woo based on portrait. Damn. Kid might be the closest to Goldie Roger in terms of their actions as pirates. Holy shit. Kid always stands on business, though. We got to respect it. He never backs down like Luffy. Reed Cordy, whose side are you on? Just kidding. I mean, you do. You do have to respect it. That he did stand on business and he sunk on business too. And but honestly, again, if he did come back in some way, I wouldn't hate it. I'm not fucking preying on Kid's downfall. It happened because he did what he did. But I wasn't fucking please, Kid, please take fucking Kid. Someone put Kid in his place, please. I mean, again, if he came back, I wouldn't hate it. But if he's done, I wouldn't hate it. I am new here, so maybe you all ask the same. But does anyone have a best answer for Blackbeard's secret of having 2 devil fruits? Katya said he sunk real hard. I mean, there's a lot of theories in the space about Blackbeard's secret to having 2 devil fruits. I've heard so. I mean, I think we've all heard a good amount of theories, some varying from potential possibilities to some being absolutely insane. I do think there's something to. I always go back to there's something to the line that was mentioned about him never sleeping, and then that being talked about in Drum Island. I do think that he has some tie or connection to some sort of ancient race or some sort of race of people. I've heard a theory that he was not a fraternal twin, that he like had a twin or something, that he has like a conjoined twin. That's what it is. And that one devil fruit belongs to one of the conjoined twins and the other devil fruit belongs to him. Power Vision has some crazy theories about how Blackbeard has 2 devil fruit abilities. But I honestly, like, out of all of them, I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even tell you which one I believe to be the most true. Cody's saying, I was saying Luffy himself stands on business too. They both never back down. That's true. That's true. Oda is listening, Josh. Oh shit, sorry, my bad. Sorry. I think it will be like Nika in-game lore, nothing predictable. Again, I hate to keep repeating Nolan. You know, I really want to just have him back on. But he had said that he believes Blackbeard to be the end game because it's all like the One Piece, the themes of One Piece are all about the new generation. And the Gorosei are already making moves because they think they're superior, but also because they have a very old way of thinking. They come from the old world. So that will be their demise. And the new generation, Chaos, Blackbeard, will be the new evil that the Straw Hats, that, you know, our heroes will have to defeat, the final villain. I just thought it was cool. I mean, Nolan says it more eloquently. That's why I want to have him on again. But yeah, Par Vision's shadow theory fucked my head up. I mean, same. Every time Par goes off on a theory, I have to like actively like think, and I actively like have to make an effort to like understand. Do you know what I mean? It's like, because there's so much there. Like everything is significant. Everything has significance. Katya speaking fact, what Katya say? I think Kid and Law simply suffered from Blackbeard and Shanks being established before either of them. They had more relevance to Luffy and the overarching story than Law and Kid. Damn. Katya is speaking facts. Okay, I am going to have to head out a little bit earlier than I thought, that I anticipated. But I'm so glad I got to come here and talk about this chapter with you guys. We'll be streaming tomorrow. It's linked on our community tab. It's like Cole's second channel, I think. Someone said, who said this? Oh, it's Peep Chitty, so you don't actively think normally? Interesting. Okay, I set myself up for that. I set myself up for that. It's on the Cole Requiem channel, I think is what it's called. Let me make sure that's right. Yeah. And like I said, there's a link to it on our community tab. So we'll be there 9 a.m. Hopefully we'll be there on time, right at 9 a.m. But, you know, we might be there a little bit later because it'll be 12 for him, East Coast. But super excited. We're just going to have fun. We're going to go in. It's not, like I said, usually something that we do, but we're going to have fun. We're going to be the Blackbeards of the street. We're going to create chaos. Just kidding. We're going to have fun, and it's going to be dope. So stop by if that sounds interesting to you. Thank you for stopping by today and hanging out with me. I know Megan sends her love. She was in the chat earlier today too. Yeah, shout out. I mean, everybody here. Alex, thank you. Katya, Lick, Ty, Reed, Cordy, Winston, Peep, Chitty, Sue, Zigzag. I mean, a beautiful life. I'm reading everybody I can see right now. Everybody who's been here every week talking about these chapters is such a treat. Break week next week. That breaks my heart, but we got more stuff cooking. Very excited about. We got a fun community live coming up. More Code Geass coming up. I mean, I could go on. But yeah, it's so hard. It's so hard to say goodbye. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it because I don't want to go, but I have to go. So the only thing, well, fuck me, I guess. What did you, Tiberius? What did you say? You've been saying, you always just, you are like me, and we are professional yappers. You are yapping about ants and about, what did you say? I love talking about One Piece. Okay, that I feel like is sarcastic. You know you will be on your best behavior. You never know. And then, well, fuck me, I guess. Time and place. Say when. So the only thing left to do now is to get out here on our outro. It's always the same. It never changes. Have a great rest of the night or weekend. Let's try to brainstorm, workshop some outros. This is always the most challenging part when Megan is not here. Like I said, next content, Bible Black discussion. We got after Code Geass, you never know. Because on Volume 1 Plus, we try to get through a series before we get into the next series. And so it could be that. It could be that. I wonder if we can get that on YouTube. I'm trying to think, okay. Dory and Broggy show up. Okay. Giants. I'm gonna need the help from the chat. For the outro. Zigzag said break week, self-care, spend the entire week in the bath. I wish, dude. Next time, are you all right? Can you a beautiful life? Every time you type that out, I sing it and it gets stuck in my head as an earworm, and I want to keep singing it. Are you all right? I wish that was the permanent outro that was always the same and never changed. Can you hear me? Save us instead, Daddy. It's a little weird when I say it by myself. Like when I say Daddy by myself, it sounds weird. Dr. Vegapunk better than Elon. Megan, please save us. That's good. Megan, please save us. Let's go. I like it because it kind of like it plays into the chapter. It plays into what Bonnie was saying. I like it. All right, guys, for real. In all, seriousness, thank you so much for hanging out, giving us a space to do this. It's the highlight of our week. I mean, you guys are really and truly and honestly, like, this feels like the best community on YouTube. Like Quattro said earlier, the best community on the fucking planet. I mean, we're so incredibly lucky to get to do this every week, to talk to you guys every week. You guys make and elevate the weekly experience of reading these chapters. We love you guys so much, and we'll see whoever stops by tomorrow. Until next time. Fuck, I didn't have that outro screen queued up. Until next time. What was it, Megan? Please save us. Okay, one more time. And until next time, Megan, please save us. Thank you guys so much. Let's see. Open up. Let's see. Bible Black clips. Where do I see the clip? Is there a clip channel or something for that? Oh, I should have a bookmark. Oh shit, I'm still live. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Bye.